Good morning, good morning. I'm just getting ready to leave the bear's den, but I thought I would show you around a little bit first before I do. This is the building itself. It was a private mansion. I mean, by today's standards, it probably wouldn't be considered a mansion, but at the time. But now it's owned by the ATC, run by one of the trail clubs, I think the Potomac Trail Club? I'm not sure. But there's some campsites down here. The top floor is just a huge open area with a big dining area, big old kitchen, nice common area. And down below is the bunk room, which also has it's nice and cozy, and I slept there last night. Really affordable, really nice place. You got lots of places to relax and chill out, benches and fire pit over there. You got this little gazebo over here. Well, not gazebo, but pavilion kind of thing. And there's benches. I love the flowers and the landscaping's nice. Really friendly, really cool. Really enjoyed it. I was very tempted. There's storms coming. There's supposed to be a storm coming tonight, or this afternoon, early evening. I was tempted. But man, I'm very close to Harper's Ferry, so I kind of want to get into there. Look at that. Yeah, nice. It's really cool. Look at this old tune. Just all around cool vibe here, cool atmosphere. It's about 0.1 back to the trail. Yeah, I had a good night last night. Got a little bit of resupply so I can make it to Harper's Ferry pretty easily. See what the weather does tonight. I'm aiming for a 16.5 a day. We'll see if that happens. It's about 9:30 now as I'm rolling out here. The thing is, I could probably get closer. Like, I don't have to do the 16.5. There's a shelter closer, but that would leave me like a 9.2 day into Harper's Ferry tomorrow, and I want to kind of narrow into there. It's like a historic place. I want to have time to like look around and enjoy it, not just run to the hostel and start working. But we'll do what we have to do. Trying to figure out where I'm going. Gotta figure out if I'm on the right road to the trail. I mean, I don't see any other way to go. So we'll see. I'll figure it out, and I'll get back to you a little bit down the trail. Here's a cool area with some views. And the trail goes that way, but I'll come up on these rocks to kind of show you. This looks like a cool place. The trail's right down there, but Oh, not a lot of mountains in this view. That looks like all flatland. Well, way out in the distance you can see some. Huh. Looks very, very heavily trafficked here. But I can imagine why. Decent little, I think I saw some people rock climbing back there. It's a beautiful view. Huh. This is a well-tread path. Alright, well, I wanted to show you that. I did manage to get back on trail. I did go the wrong way, but easily fixable. There was a little spot down there that was cool to look at anyway, so little trailhead and parking lot. Alright, I'll see you a little bit further down the trail. I'm actually really happy that hospital stay worked out like exactly the way I planned, just about. I got one video uploaded to hold over till I get to Harper's Ferry, which is fine. I'm good with that. When I get to Harper's Ferry, I changed maps on far out, and I can look ahead to what's coming up and kind of get a lay of the land. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but just so I can see stops and stuff. It's cool because I had only planned, you know, duck in there overnight, get a little resupply, get up today, and push on to Harper's Ferry, and that's exactly what I did. Although, man, this morning it was so tempting because the place is inexpensive and the grounds are beautiful. It's just a great place to chill and relax. Man, it was just like, man, I could hang around here all day, and I really wanted to, but I am proud of myself in that I resisted the temptation, although that is a place I would like to revisit at some point. That's going to be up there on my list, I think. You know, no shuttles to town or anything like that, but just what I needed at this point. That's what a lot of it's going to be about when I make my list. Is, you know, was it what I needed when I was there? Be interesting to think about it more in those terms. It'll weight it some more underrated gems, I think, on the trail. I mean, some hostels are just really good hostels, but I think some are overlooked, underrated in a way. That could just be me, but yeah, I'm definitely planning on, after this, is doing some videos on like some after action reports, you know. That's where I'd put like my top 10, you know, the clickbaity stuff, but that's informative for people as well. like people who are planning a hike might want to see, you know, different perspectives on different hostels. So even if it doesn't pop up on everyone's list immediately, if it's hidden in the algorithm somewhere, somebody somewhere might get some value out of it. We'll see. Anyhow, but yeah, I'm proud of myself for staying on task. It is kind of a big thing for me. All right, somebody's coming. I will see you a bit down the trail. Just to show you, the roller coaster isn't just about pain and misery. It's also about beauty. I am almost done with the roller coaster though. I got one more climb of it, and then we're up on a ridge. And then the rest of the day's fairly, I don't want to say simple, because there's supposed to be some storms rolling in probably around the time I'm on that ridge. So I'll be wanting to get off of there as quickly as possible, or at least into a low part of the ridge. I don't think it's like a knife edge or any kind of exposed ridge. It just looks like that on my elevation map. I don't know what kind of terrain it actually is. If it's forested, I don't even care. But we'll see how much of the storm I catch. I might get rained on for up to an hour or so. It's all right. I'd rather be wet from rain than this sweat wet. All right. Well, it was really technical and rocky, so I will get back with you a little bit down the trail. Oh, there it is. End of the roller coaster. It's nice to achieve that goal. It's nice to be through it, for sure. I do feel like a sense of relief having finished it. It wasn't really the weather. The heat is what really does it. The climbs were brutal, but they were short. It was a good workout, for sure. Plus, I divided it pretty much into 2 days. I didn't do that on purpose, just Bear's Den happened to be where it was. I wasn't trying to I'm just going to push through the roller coaster in one day. I just decided to stay somewhere that made the most sense for me. But there's still a little bit of a climb afterwards. But yeah, that doesn't mean I'm done climbing or anything. It just means that little up, down, immediately back up. That was the brutal part. Like, a lot of times you get a lot more cruisy trail between your descents and your ascents. But here, it was basically this, like, the moment you got to the bottom, you immediately started to climb again. Or at least, effectively, immediately. You'd usually have some place where you could sit down and rest at, between, but, natural things. They didn't, provide rest stops or anything. Closest thing to that was Bear's Den. And did I mention? I know I did. What a gorgeous place that was. What a place of serenity. It was really quiet. Everybody even, spoke in lower tones, it seemed. It seemed more like a monastery, like a trail monastery. Which was kind of cool. Because the trail, I have noticed, and I've felt, does take on a religious aspect. there is something very spiritual about it. And people express that in different ways. Maybe that strengthens their relationship with God, or, you know, however that's expressed, you know. But for some people that maybe they haven't experienced a spiritual shed, maybe I'm just kind of making shit up, but maybe the trail is that expression, because things do happen on the trail, and it's really, you know, the saying that you hear a lot is the trail provides, and it really does. In Christianity, there is a phrase called, a phrase that goes, Jehovah Jireh, which means God provides. So it's not a big leap, like psychologically, from one to the other. That's just my rambling. I have a lot of time to think about stuff out here. And I might just throw out some just of my musings. I'm not seeing any sign of this rain yet, but these things come out very quickly, so. But it's nice right now, and I don't feel especially hot. I've started going downhill now, and got low fully. Well, you can see it. I don't have to explain like we're on the freaking radio. You see the terrain I'm going through. So it's a pleasant hike right now, and it should be fairly pleasant for the rest of the day. I mean, there's a couple more humps, but they're pretty tame compared to what we just went through. Also on the route today, I really want to make that 16.5. I am pretty motivated to do that, because if I don't, I have to stop. There's a spot, a no camping zone, and that 16.5 is the spot where that no camping zone ends. The only other published spot in that area is before that, and it's a few miles long where you can't camp. So I have to make the decision by the time I get there, okay, am I going to go the 16.5, or am I going to stop short at like 12 and then leave myself like a 9.2 tomorrow? So I'm really motivated to hit that 16.5 today, which means, barring something out of my control, I'm going to. That would make my second biggest day. That would, until like last week, my biggest day was 16.1. And over the course of this week, I'll be relegating that to third place. So yeah, and I'm having high hopes. The section of trail I'm coming up on, between like Harper's Ferry, I mean even a little bit before Harper's Ferry, there's descent into Harper's Ferry. But if I'm reading correctly and hearing correctly, there's no easy part of the AT. I don't want to give the impression that I'm going to be like just cruising, but the terrain is much more favorable than it has been. So I should be able to make a lot of time. A lot of people, if you watch videos, you'll notice that about this time people start to really kind of speed up, and I think a lot of it is because the terrain is a lot easier for a stretch. I think that's why the rocks in Pennsylvania maybe take people by like, it's like you get lulled. I don't know if this is true. I guess I should wait to comment on that until I find out for myself. And then give my ideas. I might have to settle for some like not quite ripe ones. Oh, these ones are just redder. They're still ripe. One of my favorite parts of Virginia has been a lot of time in the mountains. I get to eat berries. And I have come to really enjoy it. But up until here, when they're ripe, like, I don't know how to identify the various plants. I think those might be, I don't know, I've heard different names. I'm not a freaking botanist. I don't know. They're berries. They're edible berries. Blackberries, raspberries, whatever. But I've enjoyed eating my fill of them down the trail. Well, not my fill. They're a tasty treat once in a while. Now, if I was to find a nice patch and gather some, I could make, ooh. It would, like if I had a bag of them, and I just kept a bag of them. Wouldn't care if they got smashed, but use them as like, to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. In fact, it would be better if they got smashed. Like, put them in a baggie. Oh, I might. Sounds like an idea. I have a lot of quart bags, and I don't really use a lot of quart bags. So, that might be an idea. Put them in a bag, and at the end of the day, but I'd have to find enough to make it worth it. I'd have to go through some pretty big patches and spend some time picking. Right now, I just like pick what I want to eat right off the side of the trail. It's not about, gathering a harvest. Oh, look at those. Look at these. Oh, man. Oh, I dropped one. Yummy, yummy. Alright, so I'm going to get a little bit further down the trail here, and I will get back with you in a little bit. Hey y'all, just I got about 2 miles from camp. I'll probably get there around 8:30, which is fine. I anticipated that. I talked about it earlier. Made my little pit stop at the gas station, crossing the road, at the road crossing here. It was like a third of the mile, between a quarter of a mile and a third of a mile down, but I made the little side excursion. Got me a beer for tonight, which was nice, which is nice. I don't know if it's gonna be, well, I'm sure it'll be nice. It's beer. But I picked up a few things, some snacks and stuff, so I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to Harper's Ferry tomorrow, so but that'll be nice. I have all my stuff charged. I can camp tonight, have a beer, just chill out, maybe edit a video or two, because I don't have to worry about my batteries. It's luxurious. So I can get ahead of the game, maybe. Get some videos up. And I still haven't decided whether I'm going to zero on Harper's Ferry. I'm leaving that open. I don't know. Like, I want to and I don't want to. It really depends on what time I get there, which should be early, because I think I'll probably have less than 5 miles left to get there tomorrow. It might even be 4, even 3, I don't know, I'll check. I'm thinking around 4 though, 4.5. So I'll be in there pretty early. Maybe I'll go somewhere, grab some coffee, maybe some breakfast. If there's, I don't know what's over there. I haven't done my full scouting of the area. I'm not in a very big bubble, and there's a couple hostels, so even if the first one falls through, I could have called and reserved a spot, but I'm not in a very big bubble. I mean, I run into people, but nobody's passed me today, and I was one of only 3 people that left Bear's Den this morning. One of them, I think, was like, I don't know, he was hiking from his car, so I don't know what his deal is, or where he's going, or what his agenda is. Another guy was Sobo. Maybe I did run into a couple people today, but either way, shouldn't be a problem to find a place. I'll check tonight, maybe, if they have an online, if the hostel I want has an online reservation, I might do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get closer to camp, and tomorrow's plans can wait for tonight or tomorrow. All right. I might check in with you one more time. I might not. If I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. If I do, I'll see you on the trail. Hey y'all, surprise, surprise. I'm doing one more. Check it out. This campsite is perfect, and look right here. Remember what I was talking about earlier about the berries? There's a berry patch right here, and look at, there's a oh yeah, boy, I'm looking forward to that. When you get up in the morning, I'll get a little bag full. If they get smashed up, that's okay. They'll be good to like spread on top of a honey bun or something. Ooh wee. Here I am at camp. I gotta hurry because I'm gonna lose light, but yeah, this is pretty perfect. Pretty perfect indeed. So yeah, I'm gonna get set up, get ready to go to bed, make something to eat. Somebody left a bag here. I'll have to see if that's functional and if something I can use. Yep, but alright, that'll be it for tonight. I will catch y'all down the trail.